Hi, this is Self Discovery Support. I'm happy you've joined me here today. This is a reading for the collective focused on providing clarity and guidance through understanding the energy of the month, September. Due to that, be mindful to take the messages that you feel most resonate for you. If you find the reading useful, please consider subscribing. You can also catch my daily tarot shorts on this channel. So today we're going to focus on the collective reading, the energy update for September. Yeah, we're a little bit behind. Normally it should have come out last week, but things have been so busy, and I thought, okay, better late than never. So here we are. We're gonna do that today. I'm using the Sacred Earth Oracle. I'm gonna get some oracle messages for you. I'm using the Forest of Enchantment Tarot. I don't think that can hold in the screen. And we're using the Art Nouveau Lenormand. And then we're gonna get a kind of general question for the month at the end. Alright, so let's get going. We'll do a card for each of the elements. So fire, air, water, earth. Okay? So let's see what's happening. I pulled the cards before from the Sacred Earth, asking what was happening in this month. So we got brilliance, and yeah, this person is almost not acknowledging the brilliance that is headed towards them. There's a lot of darkness around. There has been darkness, but it seems like there is a changing in the tides, or the changing in the current. There is a kind of luminosity that wants to come in, but it's almost like this person has been in the dark for so long that they cannot really believe, or they're not accustomed to seeing it like that. It could also be early days, right? So it seems like for a lot of you, this could be the case where you're turning a corner. But I want to read the book for you just because there's a really nice write-up, and I want to make sure that the message comes through. So we have brilliance. It talks about an underlying fear of success. New ideas threaten old ways. Positive change respects the past and the future. Put your thinking cap on and brainstorm. Step outside of conformity and well-meaning advice. Creative energy is generated through conversation and play. Be prepared for loud applause and the accompanying criticism. Experimentation recharges an interest. A sudden realization brings dramatic change. Yeah, so it's like a flash of something. A lot of you might be feeling like in September, there's this idea for a project, an idea for something in your life, a change that wants to come through, and it's just like split second like that. And also some of you could feel, a more intuitive of you can feel this occurring. It's like it's almost there. It's almost about to illuminate everything and change everything. Alright, so let's look at the other card that we had come out. Let me put my tarot deck over here. The other one we had was Alliance. So that was really interesting to me, that you in the collective may be feeling this internal spark, right? It's a very wands, Ace of Wands type of energy. There's this spark of inspiration. There's a kind of drive to want to do something, that solar plexus energy. Like, I can do this, I will do this, I suddenly feel I can do it. But then now the Alliance comes in, and we now know that there are other people with other abilities that see things in different ways that I now have to rely on to get my vision made. Yeah. There's almost, you see these bison, this buffalo in the bottom. There's a reliance on people that are more connected to the earth in certain ways. There are some people that are very good at realizing their material dreams. This may be, if you are an ideas person, if you're a person that dreams a lot, you may need that type of energy to anchor yourself and to ensure success here. Let me do the reading for that. It says, make the most of your network. Respond to pressure by reaching out to people of different levels of education, experience, age, views, or social standing. Be wary of pretension or selective equality. A challenge brings a reminder of the place you hold within a system, network, or group, and of the scope of your influence. Healing can be found within cohesive relationships or a close-knit group. Build strength through inclusion, structure, and connection. Think in 3 dimensions, example, past, present, future, and I'm going to add to that beginning, middle, end. So that seems really like practical advice to get some projects underway. We're going to go into tarot in a minute, but I want you to look at these two. There's something occurring. It's almost like, I feel like a hermit energy in someone's head, someone's brain, someone's heart space, even with this dream catcher right here. And it suddenly lights everything on fire. And then you know, okay, I need to connect with the right people. You may already have a sense of your network, and you may have people that you've never worked with, and you think, but I know they have this talent. It's a time to reach out. Even, and that's a general sense, but I'm thinking about for those of you who are thinking of love, romance in this month of September, there is like an idea, a feeling, a sensation that comes to you, and you're going to want to connect with someone. You probably already know who you want to connect with. And it's about putting the prejudices aside about this person or the situation and going ahead to do that, because we never know what people bring into our lives, right? All right, so I want to get into tarot. I want to say that it's Virgo season at the end of the month. In a couple weeks, it's about to switch to Libra. And so I haven't done the September readings early, but I want to say happy birthday to Virgos. Happy birthday, Virgos. If you know a Virgo, you're interested in a Virgo, you work with Virgos, you can understand. I don't know what has been coming up for people in Virgo season. Do we become more analytical of our situations, more intuitive, more connected? All right, so tell us about the brilliance that's coming through. Okay, so we have the Emperor in this deck, the Magician in this deck, and the Eight of Wands in this deck, with the Five of Pentacles in this deck. All right, so that tells me here that well, okay, that is, okay, so what we have is people taking control, people getting a sense that they want to shape their future. They want to be in some kind of mastery of the way outcomes happen, which is fair, right? You've gone through the first part of the year, and I think it was a bit of a reorganization, a bit of reckoning, sorting things out, sorting ourselves out. And now it's like people feel more empowered at this point to step into the place that they want to be. It's like charting a course. You're seeing where you can go. And that sense of empowerment is there now, because I think we've been through, a lot of you have kind of sorted things out, organized yourself in ways, and maybe if you have work, you are at a place where you're like, okay, I can focus on my love life now. There's something I want to say. There is definitely something that a lot of us are attracting with that. It's a very powerful energy here. Two major arcana, two very powerful major arcana at that. It's the Emperor who is manifesting things into his life. It's someone who is totally in control, someone who knows where they're going, what they want to do, who they want in their life, and is able to get it, knows exactly what to do. There's that sense of strength happening. And that Eight of Spells brings me back to the brilliance, because we're talking about that kind of spark. Something lights us up. Something says, okay, it's time for something here. And Eight of Spells, it's either incoming, which could be that brilliance that's coming in, or it could be, I'm ready to say something. I'm ready to send and start a whole new cycle. I'm ready to finally get this project going, get some communication going with someone, if we're talking about connections, and it's time. It's like you just know it's time, and there's a kind of movement. There's a lot of anchored power, very fiery energy. So there's, that communication with the mercurial aspects of the Magician, and then we have that very kind of fiery, earthy energy of the Emperor. And then it's now, let's move this forward. There's a strong inspiration here. And this Five of Boons tells me that, with the White Heart, which is the Fool, we have, I think it's an awareness that we didn't have this thing in our life, this person. We wanted to be able to move towards that. And so now, here we are, ready to close that gap. You're ready to move out of this scarcity mentality, thinking, I don't have this thing. It's time you want to know. Take steps to do that yourself. It's a very powerful movement in September. And the White Heart, it's like you're ready for that new start. I am ready. I'm going to take that step forward. Okay, I want to find out about the brilliance. The alliance, I should say. Tell us about the alliance. Okay, these two don't want to go back in. Moonlight, Eight of Visions. Let's get one more. Okay, so we have the Nine of Boons, it's Nine of Pentacles in this deck. So definite making things happen, bringing in your resources to kind of create this stability for yourself in this month. And we follow that up with the Keeper of Boons, the King of Pentacles here. So the ability to do that. We have the Emperor energy, we have the King of Pentacles. Like, this is strong manifestation. And the Magician. I am ready to shape my world. I'm ready to create the things in my life, the resources I need. It's time. But I do see that before that there was a little bit of kind of uncertainty, some anxiety about whether one should walk away from something, whether one should give up on something here. Are there people that we were like, should I give up on this thing? Could I let go of the thing that I have now in my hand and move towards this new thing? Do I trust myself enough to do that? But I see here that potentially this alliance has to do with a Keeper of Boons, a King of Pentacles, somebody that you see as pretty grounded. So the Emperor is all-knowing, all-powerful, but you may just need a King of Boons in your life, a King of Pentacles. You may need that to kind of realize things, to get things going. So if you have people around you who you know are particularly talented at realizing projects, maybe can assist you in making connections that are stronger, building a network, then that is what we are talking about. But for some of you, it's a big collective, but you may have someone who is either an earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, or just very earthy, very accomplished, very able to create the energy and resources in their life and stability. They make you feel grounded as well. All right, I want to get into for each sign now. We're using the Art Nouveau Lenormand for that. So I want to get for fire signs. What is the overall energy here in September along with this message? Okay, 35, the ankle. So definite grounding here, definite working on stability this month. This is definite, like, I want to put down roots. I want things to be stable again in my life. I don't want the ins and outs. I want whatever, if there is anything that's up in the air, I want that to kind of find its place now. I'm ready to put that there. And we do have hidden energy for that, the garden. So it could be you socializing, you meeting people. There's some kind of maybe public space, a social setting that you are able to kind of anchor yourself in and kind of build that social life again. All right, so let's do water signs. For water signs for September. The fish, 34. So we have 35, 34. That's really interesting. For water signs, we have the fish, which is a very watery type of energy. Of course, for Pisces, we have the fish symbol. So it seems like being in touch with yourself. And also, the fish talk about abundance. A lot of things that we think are good, we feel are good, the things we desire coming in. So it could be a lot of communication, a lot of prosperity, a lot of social activity. Whatever it is that fits for you, this is what we see in the energy here. Hidden energies, we have the cross. So this could be after a time of difficulty, after a challenging period, we're having that happen. All right, so let's do the air signs. For air signs for September. The sun, 31. That looks really good, air signs. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Success, happiness, joy. It's a kind of almost, I feel like the sun is coming out to play. The sun is here now. I feel like, okay, 24, the heart. So there's familial commitments. Let me try to pronounce that properly. People in our lives that we're strengthening bonds with, in relationships. There's something entering which makes us feel good. I don't know where it's coming from, but you will know there's a person or just a group or people. If we're already in something, we're entering a phase where we feel better about that situation. All right, and so let's do earth signs. Earth signs in September. 29. The lady. Okay, I'm gonna get, I was gonna get another one, but we now have the lady and the gentleman. So, because the lady in Lenormand doesn't particularly have a meaning of its own. It's generally representing the querent, you or the partner. But now that the partner is here, there's some pairing earth signs that wants to happen. These two are not really looking at each other. The lady is looking away from the gentleman. He's looking his own way as well. So it could be some kind of connection. If it's at work, it can be a boss or and you. It doesn't have to be like a male and a female. It's just a pair, a connection. Two, and a significator and an other, the person in the reading and the other. But there seems like people had their backs turned to each other. They're not really communicating. In love, of course, you have like your person and you, and there's some rift. There's something that is not keeping you this way in harmony. You're this way. So this could continue into September or signs. It is a connection, some partnership, some situation or union that there's just a little bit of rift at this moment. And that could be where we turn to this alliance. This is on the table. The alliance comes in because we may need to be thinking about the differences between us and bridging those gaps. So we have that. Let's put this here. All right. I want to get a question for everyone in the collective that you could be thinking about this September. Something to kind of deal with. Each month presents a great opportunity to tackle some issues, sort some things out. So here we go. What do people need to consider in September? How can I make that more fun? Let's see if that can be. Okay, I think you can see that. How can I make that more fun? That is a really great place to end on. A lot of the signs have a very sunny disposition in September. Stability coming, abundance coming, happiness, joy, and some of us are trying to heal connections. So I think even for our signs, maybe we can think about how things can move towards a lighter space. For fire signs, you may need to, well, this is water, I think. Yeah, for water signs, it's figuring out the things that will make you happy. And in for fire signs, we have maybe trying to build this stability is becoming a little bit heavy. And so how can I approach this in a more lighthearted way? Whatever the situation is, how can it move to a space that makes me happier, makes us happier? And for water signs, so this was air. This was air. My bad. So for water signs, on this path to abundance, on this path where things come in, a lot of us can be very worried. There's the trucks. You're gonna hear trucks in my video, but yeah. So there's a lot of things flowing in. Maybe also watch that you also enjoy the time period. So make sure that if there's social life, if there's work, there's a lot of work coming in, a lot of development. Remember the happy place in that and the fact that things are coming in. I think a little bit of gratitude can go far there as well. So there we have it. This is the energy reading for September. Good things seem to be happening. People seem to be mastering things, stepping up, stepping into empowered places, welcoming good things into our life. Connections seem to be set to heal. Communication is set to go forward. If you're feeling the impulse to do that, it seems like this could be a good time as well. So take care, everyone, and until next.